Hello, this is Tamiko with Savannah's Landscaping, 912landscaping.com. Today I want to take a minute and go over a recent project we had in Savannah. This is on one of the squares in downtown Savannah. I forget what square it is, but beautiful property. This client called us out. He had basically wanted complete landscaping except for the plant beds around the base of the property. We did do one of the plant beds, a smaller one at the back of the house where we removed the tree. Um, in this first photo, you can see we cleaned all these up, pulled these foreign materials out of them. Some of them had grass, and some of them had these wild palms that was growing in it. What happened is the client had this solid side installed about less than a year ago, but it got infested with the grubs, so the grubs went through and killed the root. This is one of the things we always recommend to our clients after we do a side installation that you sign up for one of those lawn treatment programs. We don't offer those services, but we can give you recommendations. Um, Go to the next video, just correction next photo, and you can see a little bit of the yard, how it's dying out. You do have to remember this is February in Savannah, so the grass is dormant for the most part, but our winters aren't that cold. So this here is another area. We're just gonna clean this up. You'll see in the video in the next few photos. We're just gonna clean this up. We're not gonna put any more jasmine here. It has enough sprayed out that this jasmine, once once it's cleaned up, it'll grow in and fill that in. Um, Another photo of the lawn, and after you, as you will see, we make it look a lot better. This is a strip between the sidewalk and the street. We're gonna remove this grass, and the client wants to put jasmine here. With the jasmine, it'll grow in, fill in, and this whole area would be covered with jasmine. They'll be able to keep it clean and trimmed. But until it gets to that point, the jasmine plants are real small. You have to wait. It should fill in within a year or so. So, but up until that point, we're gonna put a weed barrier, put mulch down, make it look presentable, so that the client won't have to look at that. It looks good while he's waiting for his plants to grow. Another photo of the yard. We didn't mess with these plant beds here or the grasses. Just recut the inside. This is a photo of me at the nursery. This is one of the things we love doing. I actually try to do it on my off time. Also, to stay familiar with the plants, come up with ideas. That way, it makes it easier when you're actually out working to find the plants that you need if you've already visited these sites. I do that with a bunch of stuff. Stay there, visit it, and then that also helps me build a relationship with my suppliers. So even if we're not installing the plant, I at least try to get by once a week just to do a walk around, see what's really growing, what really looks good. That way, when one of my clients calls and they want a landscape, and we don't design landscapes, but I can recommend certain plants that go into certain areas. Again, this is a photo of the nursery, just walking around, and that's one of the bad things. I love going to the nursery, seeing their plants, and seeing everything so healthy. And we really try to push that, get the highest quality plants. So we shop around for nurseries. I have another one I got to go to within the next week just to take a few looks at things. This is the plants that we picked up for the current job we're working on. We planted, there are already plants there. We're just filling in some areas, rearranging some plants so that they have a fuller plant bed within a year. Their landscaping will be more developed. There are some boxwoods there, but you'll see in the photo. These boxwoods are, let me get to it. Those boxwoods that you'll see in the photo are probably about 5 years old. Boxwoods are real slow growing. Beautiful plants, but they're just slow growing. We installed 5 pallets of centipede correction. This is St. Augustine side, and this is just us That's one of the things you want to do is follow us on Facebook. We're Savannah's Landscaping Services, Facebook and Instagram. Most of our clients, they will have sod left over, especially if we're doing a complete yard like we were on this client. So we had about 80 pieces of sod left over. We don't do anything with it. We have to throw it away. So we try to give back to our client base, people who's following us. You know, most of the time, if the client isn't doing the complete yard, they'll take the sod to use it in the area that they hadn't done. But in most situations, we're doing complete landscaping. So make sure you follow us. That way, when we do post these things that's given away, then you're able to come by and get it. That's one of the things, actually a benefit to following us on Facebook and Instagram. These are the jasmines. We just laying them out. Like I said, we did a weed barrier here to help protect the. We don't want a bunch of weeds growing in there before the jasmine can fill in. This is one of the plant beds in the back. I wish, I think I got some more photos, but we'll continue. These are the boxwoods that we moved. They were lined up around here. The grass was spread sporadically throughout here. The plants weren't organized in the fashion that they're going to grow. They was probably organized as in the height and the sizes they were when they was purchased. As you can see, this grass is almost just as big as the shrubs back there. So if we didn't know what we were doing, we would put the shrubs in the back and the grasses. I meant shrubs in the front and the grasses in the back. And that, once the shrubs start growing, then you got to roll. And we see this all the time. You got to really understand and know the heights and sizes of the plants in order to give your clients a real landscaping experience. This is the front of the property. Like I said, it's a beautiful house on one of the squares downtown Savannah. This is with the mulch installed. Client's very pleased. We have the sod installed. It's up with cleaning up everything, sweeping up, neatening up these edges. The jasmine, like I said, it'll grow in. This thing will probably be just as full as this within about a year. Another picture of the sod. The sod's already been installed. We've already rolled it, cut it in. Basically, this is the project that's complete, 100% complete. Let me go back to this photo. This client had a real neat landscape walkway design. I really loved it. Loved the cutout, and had pebbles in some areas. It was a real neat design. We would love to do one of those for one of our clients. This is again a photo of the sod, and this is another photo. We did three plant beds back here. This is the other one. These boxwoods, they was in a better position, getting more light, so you can see they're a lot fuller. But we took that same design on both sides of the property, and we did a small bed where we removed the tree right here. There was a tree growing up, and that's again one of the things you got to know as a landscaper. You don't want to plant trees right up against the house, especially in this area. If you're lucky not to crack the foundation of the house, which that tree wouldn't have been, it's a smaller tree, then you're going to mess up this walkway. So you got to understand what you're planting. So we just plant shrubs, a couple of shrubs there. They'll be able to cut them, keep them to the height they want, and some grasses. And again, that's a photo. That's a different angle. Another different angle of the job we did. This is another angle of it. So if you're looking for professional landscaping services in the Savannah, Pooler, Richmond Hill, Port Wentworth, Guyton, Tybee Island, Wilmington Island areas of Savannah, give us a call at 912-386-1232. Also, you can visit us online at 912landscaping.com. We're looking forward to your project being next.